Getting ready for the starting lineup for today's 30-car, 50-lap Crown Vic on the inner track main event. Starting on the pole from Mount Washington, Kentucky, the number 49 of Nick Payne. To his outside, it'll be the 110 of Austin Scott. Inside row number 2, going to be the 87. That'll be Jeremy Larson from Louisville, Kentucky, and the number 87. To his outside, it'll be John Listers, number 45 from Brooks, Kentucky. Inside row number 3, it'll be Mike Bailey in the number 5. To his outside, Jacob Robertson's number 91. Looking on back from there, starting 7th, it'll be Louisville, Kentucky's Troy Phillips in the number 7. Outside of him, it'll be J. Rob Masterson's number 32 from Louisville, Kentucky, and Jake Wells from Mockport, Indiana in the 619. The outside of row number 5, it'll be the 114 from Clarksville, Indiana. It'll be Kobe Shelton. To his outside, it'll be Joe Wilhoit from Georgetown, Indiana, the number 94. Starting 12th, it's going to be the number 39 of Ron Phillips. To his outside, going to be Tyler Payne from Owensboro, Kentucky. Rolling off 14th, it'll be Tony Dunn from Jeffersonville, Indiana in the 23. Starting 15th, it'll be Brandon Deckard from Shepherdsville in the 06. Starting 16th, it'll be Kenny Humphrey from Memphis, Indiana, and Miranda Schott in the number 30S machine from Bardstown, Kentucky. Rolling off 18, it'll be Louisville, Kentucky's Alex Ware and Jackson Ziegler's Ekron, Kentucky entry, number 77Z. And rolling off 20th on the inside of row number 10, it'll be the 77Z of Jackson Ziegler. Looking on back from there, it's going to be the number 43 of Kevin Vaughn. To his outside, it'll be the number 79Z of Brian Ziegler. Rolling off 22nd, it's going to be Kenny St. Clair in the number 81 and Zach Thomason from Borden, Indiana in the 18T machine. Rolling off 24th, it'll be Elena Wilhoit from Georgetown, Indiana in the 94A, and Brian Moore from Clarksville in the number 1 rolls off 25th. Your last 5 starters, it'll be the 959 from Scottsburg, Indiana. It'll be Cody Street. 27th will be Clayton Sander from Celestine, Indiana. Brian Meek rolls off at 28th from Sellersburg, Indiana in the 32M. Shepherdsville, Kentucky's Ray Ewing raise up number 29, and that may be Riley Ewing in that number 07 machine. And starting 30th, scheduled to be the number 15 from Radcliffe, Kentucky, Katie St. Clair. Well, Hawk Herod Adams, 30 cars on a short track. You can see we're getting ready to get a little bit wild, my friend.
Yes, indeed. On a quarter mile, put this many Ford Crown Vics out there, you're going to get nothing but action. We see it each and every week at these short tracks. And we got plenty of Crown Vics here today. They're still lining them up. So we're going to get ready for some wild action here on the short track with the Hoosier Lottery 50.
Now, don't forget, race fans, the last event of the day, 36 cars on the high banks here at Salem Speedway. That is going to be the best race of the afternoon. Last race of the day, 36 cars. That's going to be wild. We keep talking about it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've seen some wild ones. Of course, we keep talking about the legendary long race last year, full of action. So this is a 50-lapper today with 36 cars. Going to be some wild stuff. Looks like we got about 28 cars out here now for the short track race. And we talked about it. We've seen it in the Legends. Tough to run that outside groove out there today. So we're going to see what these guys are going to do, what the strategies are. Not a lot of room to work with out there, so if you're on the outside, there's going to be a lot of beat and bang to get on that inside.
And I will have the top 3 in victory lane. I will be interviewing the top 3 at the conclusion of this race. Wonder who it's going to be. This is going to be fun. Who will I be talking to trackside? We'll find out at the conclusion of this one, and whoever wins it is going to earn it.
No doubt about that. If we do just stay green, there's going to be a lot of lap traffic to work the way through. See that 49 up on the point, Nick Payne, and there's Austin Scott in the 110, had a good qualifying run today. Of course, he run his front-wheel drive down in Bristol last week and had little issues down there, but now here he is with the Crown Vic, going to give his whirl here at Salem. He finds himself on the outside front row.
Well, here we go, making sure everyone hits at the line. Of course, we had 30 scheduled. Now, that does not mean all 30 are going to start, but this is more than plenty on the short track here, quarter-mile flat banking track here at Salem Speedway. Getting ready and start, waiting for the word from race control. This is the Hoosier Lottery 50. Today, this afternoon, proud sponsor, the track naming sponsor in 2024.
Well, it's going to be interesting to keep our eye on that 87 out there in the second row. 87, Jimmy Larson. He set fast time on both the short and the big track. So we're going to see how he holds up now in the race as we get ready to roll things out here. He finds himself on the inside second row. Right now we're going to hold him up a little bit. I think we got some scoring or transponder issues going on. We want to make sure everything's good to go in the scoring department so we get everybody scored correctly here for this Hoosier Lottery 50 for the on-site plumbing, heating, and air. Crown Vic's on the short track. See Nick Payne on the front with 49. Austin Scott on a 110. And then there's 87. As says Jeremy Larson in the 87. You got John Lister in the 45, I believe, brand new machine. He was testing that out last night at Sportsdrome. He's on the outside second row. You got Mike Bailey in the 5, always a strong runner in these type of cars in this division. And there's Jacob Robertson in the 91, always strong, has won many, many races here and the Sportsdrome. So top 6 cars really looking strong. On back there, you got Doug Wicker in the 7. We see him run very strong here at Salem. Looks like J. Rob Masterson, I think, next to him in the 32. Another strong runner here at Salem.
Yeah, no doubt. You look through here and the beautiful wraps. Now, we used to call them paint jobs, right, as you go through. And some of them are still paint jobs. But race cars today, a lot of wraps, that is. But even Crown Vics, you can see some of them with the wraps. And some of them are spray painted and whatnot. And some actually hand letter down at the Sportsdrome. So there's still some great talent out there. But used to see that back in your era of racing, not calling you old or anything. But, you know, we see this a lot, the hand lettering and all of that stuff, especially Jack Wallace.
Yeah, I mean, these cars are kind of old school anyway, so it's good to see the old school look. A lot of these guys do a lot of throwback looks to their father, grandfathers, or whatever. NASCAR, you see a lot of they have a lot of fun with these Crown Vics, and looks like they're bunching up the field. I think they got everything squared away. We're getting ready to go green.
Yeah, here we go, getting ready. They go down the back straightaway, getting ready for the start here of the Hoosier Lottery 50. Nick Payne on the front row, Austin Scott. They see the restart. How many restarts will we see today? We do not know. Larson all over the back bumper of Nick Payne, getting ready for the start, and we are underway.
And right away, Will, you see the 49, Nick Payne jumping out there. Austin Scott in the 110, looks like he's hung up on the outside, struggling just a bit, trying to hang on. There's some contact on the backstretch.
Contact all over the backstretch. Jeremy Larson backs up just a little bit. And coming back, here we go, and Nick Payne still leading. So that already 3 wide here at Salem Speedway.
Yeah, Austin Scott getting bumped up to the 3rd groove. That is not a place you want to be, as he has lost a lot of ground early on.
J. Rob Masterson gets off the track just a little bit. They head on down the back straightaway once again. Kenny Humphrey's going to pull the 77X off. Now, some of these guys are doing double duty, so they want to save their race cars for the guys or the race that pays the most. But here we go. Now single file. Everyone doing a great job around the quarter mile here at Salem Speedway so far.
It's Nick Payne in the 49 setting the pace, but there's Jeremy Larson. We're wondering about him. He's right there second, putting the heat on that 49.
3 laps up on the board already. Larson all over the back end of Nick Payne, trying to get around. It's hard to pass here on the outside here at Salem Speedway's inner track. Ewing, the first car in danger of going a lap down so far, as everyone's still making their way around Salem Speedway's quarter mile. Dunn back there trying to make his way, but good run for Mike Bailey as well. He's in 3rd right now behind Larson.
Nick Payne up to 49, really looking strong there. He's trying to pull away a little bit from Larson in that 87. Now, as you said, they're going to start running some lap traffic here soon.
Lapping cars right now as Nick Payne pulls just a little bit away there from Larson's number 87, heading on down into turns number 3 and 4. This is the part of the Crown Vic racing that a lot of people don't like. You know, if you're a driver leading this race, you have to contend with a lot of lap traffic and slower traffic in these Crown Vic races. And right now, Nick Payne in the top of the leaderboard doing a great job working through that.
If we stay green here for a while, they're going to run into a big pack there at the end of the line. So that could really play into things. As you said, that inside groove is where you want to be. But will some of these lap traffic cars know that they're there? Will they rise to the top and let these guys go?
Down the back straightaway they go, getting ready to lap cars all around the racing surface. Nick Payne goes down. Now here you go, the 32 machine. I believe that's Meek's machine. He's going to work under that car and put him a lap down. And that's going to stack up the rest of the field, going around the number 18 back there as well. But almost 10 laps complete. Doesn't take long with green flag consistent laps here at Salem Speedway's inner track.
Correct, 9 laps down. It's Nick Payne, Jeremy Larson, Mike Bailey, Doug Wicker, John Lister, your top 5 all in a row as they near. So a lot of lap traffic, so this is going to get real interesting real quick.
Bond gets in the back of Kenny St. Clair, all over the back bumper of Kenny St. Clair down the back straightaway. You got to watch out for those Bond boys.
Yeah, and all those cars back here jostling for position. Here come the leaders up on them here. So this is going to get real dicey here as they come around to complete lap number 11.
Yeah, this is where you don't want to be, and this is what you don't want to see if you are a leader. That group in the back's like a hornet's nest for your leaders going down the back straightaway. You have a lot of traffic up ahead right now. This is what you're going to have to watch out for. We got a lot of strong talent that's kind of wanting to get around Nick Payne, but here comes Larson and that number 7 of Troy Phillips as well.
As they just get underneath the 18 car there safely. Payne, Larson, and Doug Wicker now. 1, 2, 3 right there.
Well, there you see on Dirt2 Media, SalemSpeedway.tv. You can see a great battle for the lead, and there you see Nick Payne stacking up all over behind Elena Wilhoitz, number 94. He's going to have to do some quick thinking to get around that number 94. You can see him using his front bumper there, trying to get around her, and Larison's just waiting to pounce right now, Hawk Harold Adams.
Yeah, Payne does not want to give that inside groove. Here comes Larson down, way down on the inside, 3 wide into 1.
3 wide into 1, 3 wide. Here we go. Now Larson's going to get under him. Here comes Troy Phillips as well.
Lots of lap traffic still right in front of him. Larson on the inside, 3 wide down the main straight now.
What a hornet's nest of cars. What a lead. Now Jeremy Larson, now the new leader. And now Nick Payne's got to figure out. He's still drifting and losing positions. Now here comes Troy Phillips, number 7.
Now, Nick Payne really struggled with the traffic. He got way off the pace now. He's hung up on the outside as Larson now continuing the lap traffic.
Now the lap traffic, that number 87 has been tough all night long here at Salem Speedway. As Troy Phillips, now J-Rob Masterson, but here comes John Lister in the Gambler's Garage, number 45. He is in that 3rd spot, still caution-free race. 17 laps up on the board, 25 will be halfway.
Really good job by the 87. Larson getting through that traffic, working it to his advantage. He's got a nice little lead now. Troy Phillips 2nd, John Lister having a good run in the 45. There's J-Rob Masterson in 32, and Jacob Robertson on the board 5th in the 91.
There we go. Look out for the number 91 as one car goes around. We have a little bit of lazy cautions. No, we do not. As the 32 goes around, and that's going to bring out the caution flag. Tough break for Nick Payne, and he's going to exit the track and just left that door open, and Jeremy Larson took advantage of it. So Jeremy Larson now the new leader. Nick Payne's going to take that 49 pit side, and Mike Bailey's going to take the number 5. These were 2 front runners to start this one. But looking at the rundown, right now 5th, the number 91, that is Jacob Robertson. In that 4th spot, it's J-Rob Masterson. 3rd, the Gambler's Garage entry, the number 45 is John Lister. 2nd place right now, Troy Phillips, number 7, and 87 of Jeremy Larson, who was your overall fastest car on the big track in qualifying. He is now your leader here on the short track.
And as you said, Will, a couple of the cars that had good runs there through the first 12 laps or so, both exiting the track. 49 Nick Payne and the 5 of Mike Bailey, both taking it to the pits. So a tough break for those gentlemen there, actually having a good runs there early on. Nick Payne, once that got into the heavy traffic, things did not work out good for him at all. He lost a lot of ground, maybe a little bit of damage. I'm sure he's going to maybe save it for the big track. We'll see if he makes it back out here for the restart or if he's going to keep it pit side.
So we just got word from the officials that the 49 coming back on the track. You can see Nick Payne coming back to the racetrack in that number 49 machine. We talked about it, Hawk Harold Adams. Lap traffic can cause a lot of shakeup here on the short track series for the Crown Vics.
Yeah, no doubt. We've seen that happen there. I said if we was going to stay green and they got into lap traffic, that could really shake the lineup a lot, and it certainly did. Either the lap traffic works for you or against you, and you see both of them extreme inversions of each. The 87 Larson, it worked out for him greatly, and 49, he got the worst of that, but he is back out on the track.
So waiting for the officials to get everything cleared up. Before we go back to green, I'll have the top three down on victory lane. At the conclusion of this one, right after this event, we will go into, I believe what we have is the Scrappers, and then only two races after that, and that is the two big track events today, the Salem Supercars and the Crown Vics on the high banks here at Salem Speedway.
Track officials getting everything sorted out on this lineup. Of course, a lot of cars. Got to make sure everybody's where they need to be. And then we'll get them lined up, and then we'll get to the choose cone lap, which is going to be very interesting here again, just like we've seen on those legend starts. So we'll see. We got the 87 up front, and then we'll see where the second place machine, Troy Phillips, being shown in that 7. We'll see what he wants to do.
So here we go. The call has been made. 2 to go and choose. 2 to go and choose. This time by Jeremy Larson. 2 to go and choose. This time by, here we go. 17 laps up on the board of the 50 scheduled here this afternoon, the Hoosier Lottery 50. Jeremy's going to pick the inside. Troy Phillips will go to the inside. Who's going to be the first to choose the outside? Jacob Robertson. How about that?
Jacob Robertson going all the way up to the front, and Austin Scott going to go with him. That outside groove did not work well for the 110 earlier, but he's going to go ahead and go on up to that second row, take his chances. But it's going to be interesting to see where the 91 Jacob Robertson falls into place once they get going.
Here we go. 1 to go at the line. 17 laps upon the board. Jeremy Larson. He is your leader. This is going to be interesting to see how this one's all going to shape up.
Yeah, we know that the 91 Jacob Robertson, that is a strong car. So if he can get a good jump here, he might be in good standing. But if not, he's going to be having to try to get down on that inside before he loses too many spots.
Here we go for the restart. Jeremy Larson brings us to the green flag.
And there's Jacob Robinson ducking into second place, and Larson gets a little squirrely. Jacob Robinson to the inside. He's got the inside track going into turns 3 and 4.
Here comes Jacob Robertson. How about that? He is one to watch. Jacob Robertson in the Merriman Excavating, number 91, is your new leader. He's going to bring Troy Phillips with him.
Yeah, Troy Phillips knows he has to stick with it, but there goes Larson with a good run down the backstretch.
Jacob Robertson now your new leader. We knew that 91 was going to be strong all day long. And the number 7 now. Here comes John Lister now. Is Larson going to close that door? Not yet. Oh, he gets in hard. Everyone stacks up.
A lot of contact right there. They hang on. Larson now trying to get back on the inside behind the 7, and he does. He's in the 3rd place. Lister back to 4th. So Jacob Robinson looking good now, pulling away a little bit, coming across the stripe, completing lap 21.
Yellow flag out on the racetrack once again, approaching the halfway point. So there you go, as you see it. Jacob Robertson, that's the money move of the race so far for the number 91. He took the outside. He found a hole underneath of him to take over the number 2 spot. Larson went high. Jacob Robertson said, hey, you leave it open. I'm going to take it, and new leader.
Yeah, everything worked out really good as planned there for the 91. Like I said, he did a good job of getting a good start, backed in behind the 87, but all of a sudden the 87 going down the backstretch got a little loose. 91 took advantage of it, and there he is on the lead now. So we'll see what happens. Who wants to pick up on the outside of that front row? Troy Phillips in the 7, I would imagine, is going to probably stay in behind him on the inside. We'll see if the 87 wants to go to that outside again. Didn't work out too good once he got on the outside. So we'll see if he wants to just stay on the inside or try his luck on the outside again. 21 laps shown on the board out of this Hoosier Lottery 50 lapper for the on-site plumbing, heating, and air Crown Vic's on the short track.
And race fans, if you have a Kids Child green ticket, we're going to draw some of these right now. If you have a green child's ticket, we're going to draw one of those here real quick. You'll just bring it to the press box, and you'll get one of these to take to the merchandise stand. So if you have a green ticket, 880-303, 880-303, bring that to the press box. If you have a green ticket, 880-303. You can bring that to the press box to us. We will give you a slip to take to the merchandise stand to claim your prize. So getting ready for the restart, Hawk, what do you got to do to win this one?
Yeah, well, we're going to see what happens on this choose cone. Very, very tricky, as we've seen already. Very, very important on these restarts. Jacob Robertson did not want to see another caution. The last caution worked out good for him, but he didn't want to see it anymore, having that lead out there. He's going to wait to see who he's going to have a drag race with on this restart once we get everybody sorted out. Doug Wicker, that's Troy Phillips being shown in the Doug Wicker machine in the 7. I believe he's going to probably want that inside group, but we'll have to see. He's got a good, strong car. Jeremy Larson in the 87, running 3rd. There's John Lister in the 45. I could almost see the 45 jumping up to the front row outside on this. We'll see where the chips fall. There's J. Rob Masterson in the 32, running 5th, having a good run. I believe that's Jake Wells back there in the 619. Staying in the hunt, if you will. I believe we're going to do the choose cone lap this time around. We'll watch and see what we got. Here we go. Choose cone lap this time. There goes Jacob Robinson, of course, taking it inside. Where's Troy Phillips going to go inside? There goes Jeremy Larson to the outside. Lister sticks to the inside. J-Rob sticks to the inside. And that looks like it's going to be Jake Wells moving all the way up outside 2nd row.
So now is Larson going to try the same thing Jacob Robertson did in that number 91? He is on the outside front row now. So this will be interesting to watch. One to go at the line. It's going to be hard to say what's going to happen, but here's the thing. Troy Phillips in that number 7 has to watch and not leave that 2nd spot open on the inside.
He's got a good, strong car, good veteran. I'm sure he's thinking, I've got to stick right behind the 91, stick right on his bumper, not let that 87 fall in there if he doesn't get a good jump.
2x2 down the back straightaway. 4 laps shy of the halfway point. Getting ready and set to come to the restart. Jacob Robertson set to bring us to green.
Green flag's out. We're back underway. Here we go. Side by side across the line into turns one. Larson gets a little crossed up. He's going to lose a little ground. There he goes. There's a window right there. Troy Phillips not able to hold the ground. He'll go into third. And there's a mix up there in turns 3 and 4. A lot of cars getting together. They all get out of it okay. We stay green.
Green, and that was a close call, that's for sure, as Jacob Robertson leading this one. Only 3 laps shy of the halfway point. Everyone trying to kind of move up and jockey for position. Great race up front so far. Jacob Robertson now 23 laps upon the board.
Jacob Robertson having a fantastic run in that 91 now, leading the way. Larson now trying to keep up with him at 87. Troy Phillips in the 7. John Lister running 4th. Jake Wells 5th, and there looks like Joe Wilhoit now is 6th in the 94.
Joe Wilhoit, strong run today. Next time by, going to be the halfway point. 25 laps down. We'll have 25 laps remaining. Jacob Robertson going to see the cross flags this time. Jeremy Larson 2nd, and Troy Phillips rounding out your top 3. John Lister in 4th. And Jake Wells in that 619. Don't quite have it lettered for 2024 yet. But here we go, the halfway point, Hawk Harold Adams.
25 down, 25 more to go in this Hoosier Lottery 50-lap event. Jacob Robertson leading the way. Jeremy Larson hanging right there with him as they slip by the 07 there. A little bit of a close call for the 91, but he gets through safely.
Nick Payne's going to pull that 49 into the Hoosier Lottery intersection, as he will be a scratch from this. Looks like a left front tire down on the number 49 machine. But Hawk Harold Adams, we got a battle broom for the number 2 spot.
Yeah, there goes Troy Phillips in the 7 on the inside, taking over second place from Jeremy Larson. So Troy Phillips in the 7 now officially in the second place.
All around the quarter mile here, they start to spread out. 28 laps upon the board. The Mero Beerman Excavating A1 transmission, number 91 of Jacob Robertson. All out front from there, but more lap traffic and slower traffic in front of your leaders.
Leaders come around a complete lap number 29. Jacob Robertson trying to pull away, but Troy Phillips looking strong in the 7 now, kind of reeling him in a little bit. He's right there on the bumper. We'll see if he's got anything for him.
Well, you see right there on the Salem Speedway.tv broadcast, good battle there. John Lister tries to hold on to the 4th spot. He has a lot of people charging behind him right now. Everyone else all over the Speedway jockeying for positions as well. 30 laps upon the board, 20 laps to go.
The leader's going down the backstretch. Troy Phillips gave the leader 91, Jacob Robertson, a little bump. Robertson pulls away down the straightaway, though. We got a car turned around, the 06. In turns 1 and 2, going to bring out the caution flag once again with 30 laps shown on the board.
So last car on the lead lap. We have 20 laps remaining. I'll have the top 3 down in Victory Lane. Scrapper race. Scrappers will be next. Scrapper division cars. You will be next. That'll be the last event on the short track today. Then we'll have the final 2 events. It'll be the Pro Crafter Salem Supercars on the high banks and the 36-car field of the main event here a little bit later on today here at Salem Speedway. So 3 more races after this one. We'll be wrapping up opening day 2024. So we're going to do another Green Kids ticket drawing. So kiddos, if you have your green ticket, parents, we'll do another drawing. Just bring that ticket to the press box. That ticket number going to be 880-262. 880-262. 880-262. If you have that ticket, bring it to the press box. We will give you your coupon to take to the merchandise stand. 880-262. Here we go, not going to waste any time. Getting ready and set to go. Jacob Robertson leads this one, 20 laps to go here this afternoon. One to go at the line. Here we go. Now John Lister on the high side. Jacob Robertson's number 91. Getting ready and set to go for the restart. Jacob Robertson, John Lister's 45, getting ready and set to bring us to the green flag here yet again. And we are back underway. Good restart. Here we go. 20 laps, Hawk Harold Adams.
Jacob Robertson, another good start. There's John Lister now behind him into 45 seconds. There goes Troy Phillips in the 7, taking it to the infield out of the event.
Tough break for the number 7. He goes to the infield. That's going to stack up everyone else. So now Jacob Robertson, John Lister, and Jake Wells, your top 3.
Jake Wells coming out of nowhere here, 6:19 with a good run, right up there in the top 3. But Jacob Robertson looking strong in that 91.
91 strong no matter what track he races at, whether it's figure 8 or oval. And he is showing that today as the number 45 of John Lister all over the back end. Gets off the racetrack. We talked about it here, especially with the Crown Vics, kind of throwing up that dust on the racing surface. Don't know how it's going to affect the Crown Vics this afternoon.
Yeah, Jake Wells in 6:19. Look like he's got a lot of speed there right now. Really putting the pressure on the 45. Getting into the bumper there a little bit on that last lap now. Settles back. He's got a good, strong 3rd place. And there's Joe Wilhoit in the 94 having a good run in 4th.
Yeah, 4th place. Good top 5 run for Joe Wilhoit's number 94 entry.
Jacob Robertson now trying to pull away a little bit from the field, showing some power in the turns 3 and 4, and they'll be completing lap 35 this time around.
15 laps to go here in the Hoosier Lottery 50 for the Crown Vics on the short track. Everybody still cleaning green around the racing surface. Down the back stretch they go again. Jeremy Larison had a good start. Now he's kind of stuck in that 5th spot trying to get around Joe Wilhoit.
You see it there on Salem Speedway.tv, that battle there. Larison looking to the inside of the 94 there as they come up on some lap traffic.
Now Larison, there you see it all over the back bumper of the number 94, Joe Wilhoit. Going down the back straightaway now, trying to get past him. But right now, it's all Jacob Robertson out front.
36 laps in the books this time around for the 91, Jacob Robertson. Looking strong out there. They continue to battle on back. Top 5 remains the same at this time.
3 laps shy of just 10 to go here at Salem Speedway in the 2nd event of 2024. Jacob Robertson now puts 38 up on the board.
Coming up on the lap car, 32 Meek now. He's having to hold up just a little bit. There he sneaks on the inside now. Okay.
'91 and Jacob Robertson takes over, but now John Lister has to be careful not to open up that door underneath the John Lister number 45. 10 to go next time by. Only 10 more trips around the quarter mile. Now, Hawk Harold Adams, we have one big heat race.
Yeah, right now looks like the battle is for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And right there is J. Rob Madison, the 32. He's right there in the mix as well, right behind the 87, Larson. Coming around, complete lap number 41, Jacob Robertson. Now here comes Jake Wells on the inside of John Lister. He might have the advantage. He backs out into turns 1 and 2. Almost had the advantage there, but back out of it. There goes Larson off the pace in the 87. Not sure what happened to the 87 right there, but he's kind of lost some ground there. Now picks it back up again, but he lost a few spots.
No doubt, 8 laps to go right now here at Salem Speedway is J-Rob Masterson right there in the 32. He gets into that top 5.
Look out in front of your leader, Will.
Yeah, still green. Ewing still going around. Still going. What a close call there.
We stay green right now, but your leader has a couple cars right in front of him, stacked up. He has nowhere to go. Down the back straight, he's got the 79 right there on the inside, giving him the bumper, saying, I got to get through here, my man. And he goes to the inside. He's going to make the pass safely. Good patience there by Jacob Robertson in the 91.
And everyone's stacking up. Big problems here on the front straightaway. Big crash as they all get connected. And looks like Austin Stott's radiator and Larson, who is your overall fastest qualifier on the big track, problems as well.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. This kind of stacked up there. Kind of a domino effect. And 87 looked promising early on, as you said, fast qualifier. He kind of had some trouble there those last few laps. He lost a little pace there and fell back. And then he got caught up in whatever happened here on the front stretch. And you see him exiting the track now into the pit area. And he's got a lot of damage there, a lot to work on to get ready for the big track race later. So him and his crew going to have to scramble a little bit to get that thing back together. And you see Austin Scott out of his car there in turn 2. Not looking so good there for him. He had a good qualifying run, was hanging in there, but he got caught up in that mess, and so looks like he is going to have to be put on the hook and taken off the track. So not a good day for the 110 as well. Track officials out there to clean up the debris. A lot left behind there on the front stretch, and around turns 1 and 2 possibly from that 110 machine. So that's just going to bring in another factor to this race, as you're going to have to put down the dust and cement and speedy dry, whatever they got. Just kind of going to have to slick up the track a little bit more as they get ready to finish out the last 6 laps or so here in this wild event, the Hoosier Lottery 50 for the on-site plumbing, heating, and air. Crown Vic's on the short track.
Yeah, and Austin Scott not happy over there in that 110, kind of a brand new car. He kind of debuted in 2024. So tough break for Austin Scott. Of course, Jeremy Larson, he was your overall fastest qualifier in the Big Track Series. 36 cars scheduled, and that comes lightly, scheduled to start that big event here today. But Austin Scott and the Eddie Gilstrap Motors record service going to push him off. Want to thank Eddie Gilstrap Motors Ford for their support here and being the official pace truck provider of Salem Speedway. Race fans, we're going to step away here just for a moment, play our commercials, and thank our marketing partners for 2024. And once again, welcome back to the 78th season opener here at Salem Speedway, fueled by the Hoosier Lottery.
Still needing to claim that ticket for the free merchandise, free t-shirt off of a kid's ticket, 880-262. That's a child's ticket, 880-262. You need to come up and claim it here at the announcer's booth. We have a ticket here for a free t-shirt at the Salem Speedway merchandise trailer, 880-262.
Race fans, welcome to the 2024 season opener here at Salem Speedway. We cannot do what we do if it wasn't for our 2024 marketing partners. We want to start with the Hoosier Lottery, the track naming sponsor, the series title sponsors, and the feature sponsors for today's racing. Pro Crafters, the proud sponsor of the Salem Supercars for their Kentuckiana Ford Dealers 25. Mike's Muffler and Brake Crown Vics for the big track, Kentuckiana Ford Dealers 50. The on-site plumbing, heating, and air Crown Vic Short Track Series for today's Hoosier Lottery 50. Red Ball Recycling for being the title sponsor of the Scrappers for 2024. And, of course, for today's NOS Energy Drink 25. And, of course, Brandon Hooker with Diesel Boys Race Parts Legend Series for the Kentuckiana Ford Dealers 25. We would also like to thank our proud Victory Lane sponsor in 2024, the Red Ball Recycling Victory Lane. The The start and restart zone going to be Donnie Mingus Restart Zone. Safety team sponsors for 2024 will be the Impact Rescue Team, presented by Safety Clean. Of course, PNC Pit Road, the proud Pit Road sponsor, and State Farm agent Jason Wade concession stand. And of course, all of our track official sponsor, Hoosier, the official racing tire, Wayland, the official safety lights, Sunoco Race Fuels, the official race fuel, the Hard Truth Distilling Company, the official spirits, PPG, the official paint products, Ace Hardware of Salem, the official hardware store, Eddie Gilstrat Motors, the official pace truck provider, Schaefer's Oil, the official lubricant, NOS Energy Drink, the official energy drink, Jacoby Cells, the official outdoor power equipment provider, Flying A Motorsports, the official trailer and motor coach dealer, Palmatro, the official rescue tools, Bad Boy Mowers, the official mower, and of course our track corporate sponsors, TLG Peterbilt of Louisville, Tumbleweed, Jasper Group, Marshall Monuments, O'Reilly Auto Parts, P3 Graphics, Property Scope, Rapid Fired Pizza, Jolted Cow, Mid-Southern Savings Bank, Lefevre's Curbing, C&T Industrial Services, First Harrison Bank, Sullivan's Concrete Coating, Brooks Roofing, Green Tree Real Estate Services, and Salem Rental. And then, of course, the Salem Supercars contingency sponsor, Quartermaster, will award the third-place finisher at each Pro Crafters Salem Supercars event with a $100 product certificate, and the 6th and 9th place finisher with a $75 product certificate. If it wasn't for our 2024 marketing partners, we could not do what we do here at Salem Speedway, fueled by the Hoosier Lottery. Now, race fans, sit back, relax, and get ready for the 78th season opener here today at Salem Speedway. Next time by, going to be 2 to go and choose. Here we go. Cleanup efforts are complete. I'll be doing the interviews at the conclusion of this one. Getting ready and set. Scrapper Division cars, you will be next. Scrappers, you will be next. Scrapper Division cars, you are on deck. Six laps to go, Hawk Carrot Adams. Here we go. Top 3 right now, Jacob Robertson, John Lister, and Garrett Roby. But here comes J. Rob Masterson. He's going to be the first car that was 5th. He's going to be outside front row.
All right, next time around, we'll go green. 6-lap dash at this point. Jacob Robertson going to try to hang on the rest of the way here, but he's got J. Rob Masterson now on the outside. Does he have anything for him on that outside groove? John Lister's looks strong. He's in the 45 or right behind the 91. As they come around now, looking for the green flag this time around. And green flag is out. Here we go. On the inside there, John Lister. A lot of contact. J. Rob Masterson. Still a lot of contact on the backstretch. Look out, up into the wall over there. Big pile up. They got going, but there's debris all over the place. Bumpers hanging off. Caution, caution, caution. We had a lot of contact there in turns 1 and 2. A lot of contact. We had some cars up on the wall over there. The 45, John Lister, involved in it. The 06, Brandon Deckard. I believe in that 06. He's out of his car. He's got all kinds of things hanging off of that machine over there. He's checking out the damage now. So much for a clean final 6 laps right there. But Jacob Robertson still out front there, hoping just to get this race over with at this point. He don't want to see all these cautions. He wants to see that checkered flag wave. He's going to have to wait it out a little bit longer here. Track officials going to have to get things sorted out once again, get all the debris off the track. The 06 sitting over dead in the water right there at the pit gate. Get ready to hook him up and get him off the track and out of the way. As we look at the lineup down there, of course, Jacob Robertson still in your lead there, but there's 45, John Lister. Has looked strong. He was kind of involved in that, got away from it. Can't say enough about the 619. Jake Wells has had a really good run, running third. Joe Wilhoit, really good run in the 94. So a lot of things happening there on that restart there as they get the 06 up and out of the way now on the hook, put him back into the pit area. Track officials making sure things looks like they got everything cleaned up over there. Looked like it was going to be a lot worse than what it was. Of course, it was pretty bad for the 06, no doubt, but not as much debris left behind as we thought there might be. So track officials scores have everybody in line, I believe. We'll get ready to do the choose cone here momentarily. See what we got this time. And we're going to do the choose cone this time around already. So John Lister in that 45 going to stick right behind that 91, as well as Jake Wells at 619. There goes Joe Wilhoit in the 94. He's going to give his try on that outside front row. Lena Wilhoit in the 94 as well, coming right along behind her dad. She'll pick up on the outside second row. So a lot changing here in the last few laps of this event here. Thought things were going to kind of stay where they were there, but not the case. A lot of things happening, a lot of contact, a lot of lap traffic, making things interesting here, to say the least. This Hoosier Lottery 50 lapper. But we're getting ready to go back to another restart here. We'll see if we can't get a good, clean 6 laps to finish out this event. Will Greenwell will have the top 3 down there for some interesting discussion, I'm sure, after this event. So looking them over, and green flag's out, and we are back underway. Once again, a great start for the 91. Side by side there for second. Lister on the inside, Wilhoit on the outside. There's Jake Wells in 619 right behind him. Wilhoit hanging tough on that outside groove in the 94. Not giving it up. A good run side by side into 1. Jacob Robertson continues to lead strong, but look at that battle back there for second. Wilhoit running good. The best we've seen any of these Crown Vics run on the outside so far. He actually going to be scored in second as he comes across as by a nose, but can he hang on? Gets a little out of shape in turns 1 and 2. There goes John Lister now with the advantage into 3. Wilhoit not wanting to give it up, trying to make the thing stick. He slides up a little bit now, loses the advantage, but still hanging with it. 47 down, 3 to go. A great battle for second, third, and fourth. As you see on SalemSpeedway.tv, Jacob Wells gets into the bumper of the 45, gets him loose. There goes 94 going way wide. Cannot take advantage of it. 2 to go. Wilhoit now hanging on for dear life on the outside now, loses some momentum right there. Drops back to 4th. Gage Dunn now, 29, trying to get up there. White flag is out for Jacob Robertson. That stretches lead out while everybody else is back there battling into turns 1 and 2. Final lap now. Jacob Robertson going to come around. Going to see the checkered flag. It's going to be your victor in the 91, Jacob Robertson. Second place, 45, John Lister holds off a hard charge Jake Wells of 619. It looks like Joe Wilhoit in the 94 in a good run gets 4th. And Tony Dunn in the 23 sneaks up into the top 5 right there at the end. So a good finish back there for second on back. But it was Jacob Robertson showing the way in the 91 with a good, strong run. Getting congratulated by the 45. John Lister had a good run as well. We'll get Will Greenwell down here in just a moment to interview the top 3. But Jacob Robertson had that really good restart early on where he decided on the choose cone to go to the outside, and he made it work, and he held on the rest of the way. So Will Greenwell will have an interview with the top 3, and while we're waiting for that to happen, I'm going to give away another kids t-shirt. Get out your kids ticket stubs, 880-318. 880-318 on a child's ticket. Bring it up here to the press box, to the announcer's booth. I will give you a ticket for a free t-shirt at the Salem Speedway merchandise trailer. 880-318. Bring that up here as we wait for the top 3 to come down here to Wild Will. He's going to have an interview with the top 3. And so, Will, whenever you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and send it down to you. Will Greenwell.
Thank you very much, Hawk. Harold Adams getting ready for the top 3 in Red Ball and Recycling Victory Lane. As you see, awaiting the top 3 right now. Of course, Jacob Robertson, top of the board, competed at the Sports Drum Speedway last night. As the A1 transmission, Merrill Beerman excavating number 91 pulls into Victory Lane. Of course, Jacob Robertson good on the figure 8 track as well and the oval. And race fans, he's climbing out of the car. Let's give him a round of applause. Jacob Robertson parks it in Red Ball and Recycling Victory Lane. And my buddy Randy Maggio here with the Lorraine Raceway Park. He will get a free entry into the May 17th and 18th jackpot at the county coming up in May. So we'll get Randy. You can come down here with us, and I'll get a word with your winner, and we'll get him on this side of the car. So Jacob Robertson competing all weekend at Sportstrom last night. Here you come out here, you get win. We'll face this way. Everyone watching at SalemTV.com and .tv. Man, wild race to start. When they were battling all up towards the front of the pack. Caution breeding caution. That had to be fun to watch or stressful.
Yeah, I knew we'd catch lap traffic pretty quick, and I knew that would become a factor. So I just tried to get to the bottom and stay patient. Wait for everything to play out.
Well, I mean, your crew getting you here again in Victory Lane, man, pretty awesome. Randy Maggio with Lorraine Raceway Park. You also get a free entry into the Jackpot County coming up on May 17th and 18th. Man, it's a pretty good day to be Jacob Robertson.
Yeah, that's my first oval win, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Well, there he is, race fans. Jacob Robertson parks it in Victory Lane. And we'll get our others here. That way the mic don't break out just a little bit, working through the bugs. There he is, John Lister. John, you and Garrett there. I mean, Jake Wells, it's him driving 619, but you and him battling for position there. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, we're all battling for position. Both these guys are my buddies. I can't ask for anybody else to finish around, you know. It's best of the best.
That's it. Of course, you and him being teammates, Gambler's Garage Stable, but always tough to beat this guy in Victory Lane.
Oh, yeah. He's a hell of a driver, and I can't think much more about him, you know.
Well, who would you like to thank on that number 45 for getting a second-place finish?
Well, we got KJ, of course, is having a hell of a day because that's 2 podiums already. Independent Steel, JP Mikesell, he's in the 24 car. We'll be racing on the high banks here in a few. Gambler's Garage, Jake Wells, he's actually sponsored me this year, so it was good to beat him. And then, of course, my brother, he keeps me leveled out, and Carter helped me with my car last night. He ain't even listening to me, but good job, yeah.
Well, there he is, John Lister, second place run here, and Jake Wells. We talked about it. What a battle there between you and your teammate. Of course, now on the short track, hardly any banking here at Salem Speedway on the quarter mile. Always tough to pass here. You got to use the front bumper.
You do, and unfortunately, towards the beginning, I got into Troy a little bit back there. That's what we were talking about as we were pulling up here. I had a blast. But yeah, between these two guys, I couldn't race with two better guys. I mean, I love these guys to death, and not to mention, it's John Lister's birthday, in case you guys didn't know.
Oh, well, that's a good birthday present. Maybe you can park it in Victory Lane, but who would you like to thank on that 619?
Start with Garrett Roby for busting his butt to try and get this thing together. I know he's not here today. Gambler's Garage, the guys all down there helping me as always. Nectar, they came back on, and hopefully we'll have this thing looking good. And my beautiful wife, Michelle, I don't know how she puts up with all this.
Well, there you go. Hawk, Harrod Adams, there's your top three in Victory Lane. Race fans, let's give all three drivers a round of applause. And back up to you, Hawk, for some crazy scrapper action.